And welcome back to Football Manager 2020. It's the last episode of the Norwich City, episode 11, I think. So 11 episodes is pretty decent for a Football Manager season. And we're playing Man United and then somebody else, Watford, I think it is, in the Premier League. Let's go and have a look. So our last episode, we beat Crystal Palace 3-2 and drew with Man City 0-0. Disappointing results after that. I got the hiccups. A 2-1 loss to Everton and then a 1-0 loss to Bournemouth, where Callum Wilson scored the only goal. But we have just beaten Brighton 2-0, which secured our safety in the league. So we go into these two games with basically 3 hits and nothing to worry about, which is great. The season has finished. Sheffield United and Brighton are confirmed. Brighton losing to us actually relegated them. But we're coming in to play a pretty high-flying Man United. Really turned their season around up in 4th. And then Watford, who are currently in 11th, but that might change come the... Oh no, it won't, because they've already played, so they'll be in 11th. We have the prospect of gaining 6 points and jumping 2 places in the league, but it doesn't really matter because this is the final episode of the season before the Focus and Victor save will get underway as soon as the database is ready. So there might be a little period, but there's no Football Manager videos on the channel. For that I apologise, but I'm waiting for the database to be confirmed and ready and up and running, really. So we're going to give Erling Haaland another try. Campbell's going to get a run out. Buendia, Leitner, Vrancic, Amadou, Lewis, Closer, Godfrey, Aarons and Farman. Kera is now injured for the rest of the season. I was going to send him back, but I thought it would be nice to keep him around for a bit of a celebratory look at how good we are, we've stayed up sort of thing, which is very nice indeed. So we're going to get straight into it against Man United. Now we're playing the same tactic that we drew 0-0 against Man City with, and we're going to keep that and go straight into cautious approach again, and hopefully everything will be totally fine as we go into the team talk. Pick up where you left off. Why not? That sounds like a responsible thing to say. We'll send the assistant into that. We'll get into the play-in and we'll go to cautious straight off the bat. And we're at Man United up in 4th position. I don't know if their league position can change at all, but we'll have to wait and see. As Delafeu, who obviously they signed, we pointed that out earlier when we played them on. Earlier on when we played them. English is very difficult. If I sound like I'm a bit further away from the mic, I've actually got Rude, my dog, asleep on my lap. So he's actually stopping me from getting closer to the table. So for that I apologise, but hopefully it still comes through Ryan. Leitner gets onto his right foot. Amadou gets a shot off. He's not known for his long-range shooting. Amadou needs to calm down with the long-range shots. Mata, ball in. McTominay with the header. It's in off the post. The man on the line couldn't do anything. Is it? Oh, Harry Maguire, actually. It's not in off the post. He scored his first goal. In the last episode, Connor Wickham scored his first 2 goals against us. This time it's Harry Maguire. I thought McTominay had scored off the post, but it wasn't. It was actually a nice header at the far post from Harry Maguire. But we've got our own corner, and this is how you score from corners. It is how you score from corners. Erling Haaland at the back post. His 5th goal of the season. And we are 1-1 with Man United. How nice is that? Let's demand a bit more from them. Leitner with the ball in. Haaland, that's his first headed goal he scored for us. The boy's a beast. He should be doing better. But I reckon if we carried on this save, he'd be absolute dynamite next season. But Buendia gets to the byline. Ashley Young puts a good tackle in and then gets it away up to Rashford. Man United fans, how would you feel if coming towards the end of this season, Ashley Young is still the starting left back? That would be disappointing as Martial makes it 2-1. I'm not expecting us to... Let's just go back. Let's just go for it. Why the hell not? We're safe. We're there. 23rd goal of the season. Our top goal scorer is Timo Pukki with 8. So does sort of sum up the difference between Man United and us and where our downfall has been. But eventually I'll be able to see if Man United can get anything out of this game. Haaland again. He's got 2. The boy's coming alive. Erling Haaland against the big clubs at the back post. They just cannot mark him from corners. Lovely stuff. 2-2. Is he not a fraud? Is he not a fraud anymore? If this video gets 50 likes and loads of people comment, or loads of people comment saying they want to carry it on for a second season, I'll carry it on for a second season, either before the Focus and Victor save or alongside it, depending on when the database is released, because I very rarely actually do saves in the Premier League. I only ever do 1 season saves in the Premier League to get used to the game or to finish off the life cycle of Football Manager. As Delafeu's in and he shoots, Farmer makes a save and Aarons gets it away. So if you want me to do a second series and there's enough about it, then I will give it a go. And there's enough love for it. So let's get 40 likes. I don't think I've ever hit 50 likes on a video. Let's go 40 likes on a video and comments down below to say keep this going, because maybe you guys want to see how Erling Haaland does in the second season as Rashford heads past the post there. I'm quite interested to see how he does in the second season, and part of me is sort of like, if we are going to do this on a second season, I wish I hadn't have spent £24 million on him and I'd negotiated it a little bit better. But it doesn't matter. If you guys want to see it, I have really enjoyed this save, and I'm happy to delay / postpone the Folks in Invicta save until I know the database is ready, fact-checked, and everything's ready to go. As that's a great ball in. I say Martial's not going to miss that. His 24th goal of the season makes it 3-2. And it has been all Man United at the moment, really. I mean, we've got 2 goals from set pieces, but other than that, we've been struggling. But yeah, let me know. Let me know down below. I'm always keen to see what you guys want to do. And I have enjoyed the Norwich save. I think if I'd got this all done in the beta, and then we were waiting another week or 2 weeks or so for the editor, to FM editor, to do his database, I think I'd be alright. But he's planning for it to come out soon. So we've been the better team, look. Let's go and give the fans a performance to cheer for. I think that's a nice thing to say at the end of the season, isn't it? There's no real rush and no real ethos. So we scored 2 goals at Old Trafford. I mean, I'm very happy with that. We're playing well. But yeah, so yeah, just let me know. It's up to you guys if you want to carry this on. I am happy, more than happy to carry this on. It's been a really fun save to do, and the fact that we've actually come somehow onto a tactic that seems to be working very well for us as well, just by a bit of luck, really. It'll be interesting to keep it going, and we'll have to see like money and transfers. But I'll probably give it 2 or 3 days after the video's released to understand what the interest is to carry us on. Or are you more happy for me to go straight into the long-term save with Folks in Invicta, where we'll be starting in the Southern Ishman division or whatever it is, in like the level 8 pyramid of the table, something like that, and or maybe level 7. And we'll have to get them up the tables. As Delafeu comes forward, he's got far too much pace for Zimmerman. Gets round him, but again, shoots at the near post, and Amadou puts it behind for a corner. So what can we do to mix it up? Cantwell is so hit or miss, it's unbelievable. We'll get Vrancic off, and we'll bring on... we'll put Patrick Roberts as a bit of a Mazzala. See him as a bit of a danger man in that midfield. He's terrible. He's terrible. I'm not going to renew it. If we do stay here, I'm not renewing his loan, definitely. But yeah, it's been really fun with Norwich, actually. We started well, then we tumbled down the table, like fighting with relegation. We've held up place like with 2 games to go. Pogba from range, Farman touches it over. It's been a really enjoyable save, and it's been really good fun. So that is why, if I would like to keep it on, I'd also like to get deep into the Folks in Invicta save as soon as I possibly can. McTominay with a bloody header. Set pieces all the bloody time in this. Let's just go for a bit of damage limitation and go to cautious. Yeah, I'm keen to start the Folks in Invicta save as soon as I possibly can, but I'm also happy to keep this save going if that's what people want to do, because generally my long-term saves finish before the life cycle of the game finishes. So if we delay the Folks in Invicta save, then it's not really any problem, because the chances are is that we'll finish it in time with the life cycle. Haaland for the hat-trick! Oh, just past the post. Is it going to say it should have been... I can remember there was a bug on FM20 2012, something like that, that was if the commentary said that should have been his hat-trick, he would always score a hat-trick as Gomez shoots past the post. Have we got any subs left? We've got 1 sub left. Let's bring on Godfrey Concoff. We'll give Hantley a run out. He hasn't played too much this season. But yeah, so we're not going to resign straight after the Watford game. We will just save the game and then come back to it. Well, potentially come back to it if you guys want to. So, because I've obviously got to go and renew contracts, staff, everything like that, and understand if we're going to save, I need to get that all done pretty quickly. So I'm not going to press the game on too much, as Rude's having a little dream on my lap. I can feel him like moving around and twitching, so he's probably chasing rabbits as James gets in behind. Good tackle. It comes to Leitner, up to Buendia. Buendia comes forward with it. And obviously the board were delighted because we've stayed in the Premier League 2 years ahead of schedule. We were just meant to fight against it this season as Martial is in behind. Chips Farman. Oh, that's a cheeky little effort. 4-2 it remains at the moment. But 4-2's not too bad. We've created chances. Man United are a much better team than us, so they are up there in 4th position. Maybe even higher. But Erling Haaland has had 2 goals. His passing backwards is very questionable. Very, very questionable. As it goes up to Pozzo. He's been a good little investment, Pozzo. I'm happy with that. Jamal Lewis out onto the left-hand side has pushed up. Can Haaland get this hat-trick? Jamal Lewis lays it back to Pozzo. Pozzo Lays it back to Lewis onto his left foot. He gets round his man, dinks it in. Haaland's there. Oh, it's just gone past the post. That probably should have been his hat-trick, to quote the old Football Manager commentary. But it looks like it's going to be a 4-2 loss against Man United. And we're going to go in for the Watford game with absolutely nothing to play for. But still, that'd be good. Maybe we'll give Tim Krul a gaming goal. He hasn't played for a long time. We'll start Pookie up front. Maybe we'll put Pookie on the wing and see how he does out there. Buendia comes forward into Max Aarons. Max Aarons to the byline. The ref blows the final whistle as we're attacking, which doesn't make sense. And yeah, I appreciate the efforts of everybody. 2 away goals at Old Trafford isn't too bad. And let's go. Well, we won't. I say go into the press conference. We won't go into the press conference. We'll send the assistant. But next up, Watford in the final game of the season, as Burnley are confirmed to be relegated as well, which means Everton have just scraped through by the skin of their teeth. They've actually got 2 games in hand as well, which will be played. Man United did go up into 3rd. They could potentially catch Arsenal in 2nd, as Liverpool have already won the league. But we'll be back for the game against Watford. We'll see you then. So here we go again, and that startled Rudel. But yeah, here we go. Tim Krul comes in goal. Aarons, Zimmerman, Klose and Lewis at the back. Godfrey replaces Amadou, who again is injured. Leitner, Vrancic in the middle. Jack Byrne comes in on the right-hand side. Pozzo on the left, and Haaland starts up front, not Pookie. Going to see if Haaland can get... If he gets another 2 goals, he matches Pookie for top goal scorer. So Byrne comes in, and he's nervous and surprised that he's been called into the Ireland setup. So his time at Norwich has seemed to be recognised, and he's been called up into the senior squad. There he is, see? Hasn't played for them yet, but we'll have to see how it goes. They're lining up with Isaac Success and João Pedro up front, Cleverley, Will Hughes and Pereira in the middle, Jan-Mat Dermisi, and then Van Droglen, Dawson and Cabaselli at the back with Dolberg in goal. It should be an interesting game. Both teams have absolutely nothing to play for. So the fans have been fantastic for us all season. I have faith. I have faith. I have faith. Let's go with that. We won't do any team instructions for them. We'll go send the assistant to that. And let's get the game underway. And we're going to start positively because we are at home. And we've had 2 shots straight away, which is good. But overall, yeah, you've got to let me know down below. This save won't continue unless we get some encouragement from the comment section and from the like button and stuff like that. So, and obviously, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. Very, very close to 3,000 subscribers, and that is incredible. According that I do this is just a hobby. I have a full-time job where I work every single day other than Saturday and Sundays, and I do these videos in my spare time. So any sort of recognition from you guys with the like button and comments is always appreciated, and I reply to every single comment I get. I give it a like or a comment or a love, things like that, and I pin it if it's really good. And when people say first, I don't understand it, but Haaland's in, he's hit the post, shoot across the goal, man, what's wrong with you? But yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, we literally have nothing to play for. If we win, we could potentially go above Crystal Palace and Watford. So we're playing for a couple of million potentially in prize money, which, you know, shouldn't be scoffed at. Vrancic over the free kick, fires it in, looking for Haaland. Oh, he's at the bar. Oh, that could have been his 2 goals to put him level with Pookie. He does now look like he's coming alive in this save. And if that's enough to make you want to continue seeing how he gets on in a Norwich shirt, you've got to let me know down below. And we will be running a competition as well for, I think I mentioned it in an earlier video about some shirts I'm going to give away that our football team ordered. So some football shirts that I ordered with a sponsor called iSwitch, and our football team haven't ended up using them. We ordered some trial numbers. I've kept one for myself because they're actually very nice, but they weren't quite right for what we wanted for the season, for the next season. So we've been the better team. Just keep going, and it will come. I have faith. I have faith. I have faith. Now, obviously, next year, if we do carry on this save, I also need to know who we should go and buy. I need a ball-playing defender to replace Caherrera, because I doubt we'll get him on loan again. And I'll need a holding midfielder to replace Amadou, because as much as I think we might be able to get him on loan or play him or sign him, I think he's a bit too injury-prone for my liking. He's missed quite a lot of games. So Jack Byrne is obviously so nervous about his call-up that he isn't playing very well for us. So that's all right. Leitner will leave on as well. We'll just leave it like that for the moment. They've made all 3 subs early doors, so they're going to be interesting. We have moved up to 12th position, and with 15 minutes to go, we'll give Haaland a break and Pookie can come on, and we will give Leitner a break, and we're going to play Patrick Roberts in that Mazzala role again, and we'll go from there. So all 3 subs done for us, all 3 subs done for them. We're both just playing this game out. Let's demand a little bit more from the guys. see if we can nick a goal as Chalobah lays it up to Success. Success is very pacey. He's a bit like a Diamond Traore, lacks a bit of an end product, but this time just shoots just past the post and just over the bar. Not too bad at all. But yeah, it's been great. It's been like it's been a roller coaster, this save. It's been really good fun, and as I said, I'm happy to keep it going if you guys want to see it. But yeah, you got to let me know. And Haaland, such a fraud when we first bought him. I thought it was going to be amazing. Bought him on as a sub against Hull in that cup game, and he scored and got us the equaliser to put it to a replay. And then he was just dire, absolutely dire. But he seems to have come alive a little bit now. As Buendia shoots off the bar, hits the crossbar, absolute cannon of a shot, but it just didn't go in as Cabasele looks to bring the ball out. And he obviously got tackled and it went out for a throw. Messina up to João Pedro for Watford. Lays it back to Messina. Crossfield ball, is it going to get there? No, Buendia has intercepted it and that could leave him open. Haaland is totally free in the middle. He's sort of free in the middle. Cross it in, Buendia. You're still going. The referee's going to give a penalty, and it's Pukki, isn't it, that's on the pitch now? It's not Haaland. We're going to change it, and Tim Krul is going to come up and take the penalty. On the last day of the season, nothing to play for. Tim Krul. Here we go. Timmy Krul. He's stuck it in the bottom corner. What a penalty, Tim Krul. He gets his first goal of the season. Absolutely incredible. Love it. Absolutely love it. I should never do that. It's such a risk. But he shows Haaland how to take a penalty. And look how pissed off it got them. Lovely stuff. 90th minute. 3 minutes of injury time to go. Tim Krul is there with the catch. And he'll be absolutely delighted getting a goal and hopefully a clean sheet on the final day of the season as Jamal Lewis comes forward with it. He's got runners in front of him. Cuts inside to Patrick Roberts. Patrick Roberts into Vrancic. Vrancic comes forward. He's got men on the right hand side. Max Aarons isn't being marked. Just allowed to come forward. Buendia's there. Save. Buendia again. What a block that is from Craig Dawson. And Van Droglen it was. But it looks like we're going to hold on for the win. If we can just hold out from this corner, it would be fabulous to have a clean sheet and a goal for Tim Krul on the last day of the season. Dermisi swings it back in all the way across. Lewis hoofs it away. And, Pukki's turned him. Can Pukki get his 9th of the season? No, he can't. There's the full-time whistle. And Tim Krul scores a penalty. A very nice victory. Great way to end the season out for us there. And, yeah, a really, really good fun. And as I said, I'm more than happy to keep this going. You've just got to let me know. We get 17.38 million, and the bonuses paid out is 525k, so that's quite a lot of profit for us there. We've still got 14 million left in the budget, 45 million overall, and of course we'll get TV money for next season as well. So we're just going to forward it to go and get the end of season stuff. I wonder if Zlatan's interested to move to us now. I'd still be tempted to bring him in, you know. I really would, as another striking option. Haaland could learn a lot from him as well in mentoring. But yeah, we'll keep this going just to see the end of season stuff and see what happens. Ben Godfrey we've tied down to a new deal just in case we're staying. Just in case we keep this going. I say it's going to be down to the likes and the comments on the video. And I'm more than happy to do it. So Tim Krul is now a coach as well. We've got a few under-23s impressing. We had a youth intake as well, which was okay. It was mediocre. We'll have to see if anything happens from that. I'm not too sure when the actual end of season thing happens. Todd Cantwell's one. I might look to move on. He hasn't really been too good. 2 goals in 20 appearances, 6.76. I think there's better out there that we can potentially use, and we might be able to cash in on him because he's English, so he'll have the premium of the cost as well. So wages to turnover ratio, we are second bottom. Wow, we have 46 million in wages but have made 169 million in turnover, which is really, really impressive. I can't remember when the end of season awards and stuff happened. It must be after the FA Cup, I guess, which is happening now, which Man United win, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would be delighted with that if that happens in real life. So, what you going? It's doing an auto-save. So, this will be a great time to go and check out all the other stuff on the channel. We have a Pro Evo series going on with the original Master League lineup, where we're taking Wigan to the Premier League, hopefully, with the really shit players. We have the Folks in the Victor Stave starting soon, and Planet Zoo is also on the channel. Now, if I go through a period where I don't get the video out that you want, I apologise, but as I said, this is just a hobby for me, and it gives me a little bit of extra pocket money through the advertisement and the Patreons. If you want to be a Patreon, you can sign up. I will put all the descriptions below on this video, hopefully, if I remember, and you can sign up to that and get your name in the game for the Folks in Invicta Save, where you can be a member of staff or you can be a highly rated youngster. It's completely up to you. So we're going to have our loan players. Let's look at the club vision. So the board are very pleased with how we've been doing, which is good. The level of support from the squad, the positive atmosphere is great. Develop clubs using the new system, not too sure about that. Work within budget, on course. Remain in the Premier Division at the end of the 21-22 season. We have already done it. So that's very, very nice indeed. Obviously, if we then get relegated next season, then we would have failed it. But we'll have to go and look. Norwich Under-23s beaten in the playoff final. We got beaten by Aston Villa Under-23s because they played Andre Gray and Suleiman, who is 22. So the fact that Andre Gray scored the winner is a bit unfair. Aston Villa Under-23s. But here we go. End of season awards. So fans player of the season. Leitner gets it. Then Aarons and then Vrancic. Philip Heiss scored the goal of the season. And the signing of the season was Erling Haaland for 24.54 million. So the fans are obviously happy with that one. Max Aarons gets young player of the year. Your team of the season. Farman, Aarons, Godfrey, Kehrer, Lewis, Amadou, Leitner, Vrancic, Byrne, Pozzo and Pukki. Lovely, lovely stuff. We lost in the fourth round of the FA Cup to Cardiff, lost in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup to Arsenal. We had a 98% full average attendance and we used the most players in the Premier League. Match of the season, a 3-2 win against Newcastle, and a moment to forget, the 5-0 drubbing away at Liverpool. And we finished 12th, which was absolutely incredible. We avoided relegation and finished mid-table, which is lovely stuff. We will accept the current vision. I'm not too fussed about that. The squad dynamics are looking good. Strong sense of unity between the players. Managerial support is very good as well. And then we have an end of season meeting. So we're good enough not to be involved in relegation battle next season, and that's our target. If I'm thinking I'm unrealistic, I apologise. Have your own opinions on what to say, but I think that's what I want to say. Hernandez up there with 3. So if we go for the most injuries, 9, Louis Thompson, whoever he is. We can't see what's his name because he's on loan, isn't it? So it doesn't count. Norwich training camp. Oh yeah, let's go to the USA. That would be good if we keep it going. But there we go. So we will save it there. That is going to be the end of the season. But is it the end of the series? That is what you guys are going to decide. And thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Leave a like. Leave a comment. And for now, I'm out. Cheers.